Mortgage rates can be confusing, and honestly, the media does not do the best job of explaining the difference between the Fed funds rate and mortgage rates. So I'm going to break it down for you in 4 easy-to-digest videos. What I have found is that most people believe that the Federal Reserve sets mortgage rates, and spoiler alert, they don't. In short, the Fed's job is to balance inflation and jobs so the economy grows at a steady, healthy pace. They use tools like the Fed funds rate to influence borrowing cost, which affects how much people and businesses spend, save, or invest. The Fed funds rate is not your mortgage rate. It's the overnight lending rate that banks lend to one another, and it affects short term rates like credit cards, car loans, and home equity lines of credit. Mortgage rates, however, are tied to the bond market, specifically mortgage backed securities, and here's why. After you purchase a home and you use a mortgage, that mortgage is typically bundled into mortgage backed securities that investors buy. If demand for those mortgage backed securities is strong, investors accept lower returns, which means lenders can offer lower mortgage rates. If demand is weak, lenders raise rates to make those securities more attractive to investors. Investors are always listening to what the Fed is saying about the economy. If the Fed signals that inflation is cooling, investors may move more money into bonds like mortgage backed securities, which will drive rates down. If the Fed hints that inflation could heat up again, investors may pull back, which will push interest rates higher. We also watch the 10-year Treasury yield, which competes with mortgage backed securities. If Treasury yields rise, mortgage rates tend to rise too, and vice versa. When Treasury yields are down, mortgage rates follow. So mortgage rates don't come directly from the Fed, they come from the demand investors have for mortgage bonds. In part two, I'll explain how the Fed's decisions ripple into those markets and indirectly affect mortgage rates.